Hey, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dunebee, and if you're new here, welcome. We're happy to have you. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the designs I made for the local shops on Happy Home Paradise. And in case you're not familiar with Happy Home Paradise is a paid-for DLC for Animal Crossing New Horizons, and what it does is that it adds a new destination to go to from the airport, which is the Happy Home Island, and you can pretty much design homes for the different villagers per request. You can also work on designing a hospital, school, a boutique, and some restaurants. And pretty much in today's episode, we're going to be looking at the designs that I made and going over why I chose certain themes and designs, and also to explain some things in case there's like any confusion. And to be honest, this is like the first time I've actually picked up the game in a long time. I kind of got bored with the game after a while because I felt like it was just like a decorating game, not just the DLC, but Animal Crossing New Horizons overall. But after watching some YouTube videos and seeing people's excitement, either by starting over their islands or just continuing and sprucing things up, and even for the people who've never played Animal Crossing at all, and this being their first game and seeing their excitement got me excited and wanted to pick the game up again and work on new designs. And I've been in a very creative mood as of late, and I figured what better way to let that out than to play Animal Crossing. So with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so we finally woke up and I didn't actually make it back to my main home, but yeah. So anyways, and I apologize for the way the camera work looks. I had to set my phone in front of my Nintendo Switch Lite just to record this, since I don't have an actual Switch where I can connect it to my laptop and then just record it that way. So if you see like any like shifting fuzziness or like any blue corners, just know that's just my Switch. Good luck out there. Alrighty, so from here, the first place we're gonna go to is the restaurant. Welcome. Aren't you the cutest customer, Ufda? So with this, I wanted to be like almost like a inner city late night pub style, and everything is basically booth seating. So I wanted it where it just felt like you were almost like underground somewhere in like a really cool, like cozy, like place, with like a semi-dark theme, which is why I chose the black brick and the dark wood panel. I think that's a blue bear. I thought she looked so cute with her like eyes closed and handling the scent of the food, and then with her fork and knife out. I'm not really sure what that guy's name is, but he's pretty much sitting at the bar. And behind here, you'll see like the different bottles, the grape juice, the cash register. And yes, you do have to actually pay for this separately in comparison to the rest of the restaurant. So the bar, pretty much, you can get any type of drink you want. I believe that's Lucha at the register right now, but usually I have him positioned behind the bar because he can whip up some pretty mean drinks. And Freya, I just have her being the waitress, because she's very sociable and I felt that was a good fit for her. And as you can see, I used the wallpaper that had like all the bottles lining the wall to make it look authentically like a bar. Because some bars really do have that many bottles, and sometimes even more so. Now we're going to go back to the kitchen. You have the fresh produce. You have the prep area over here with the rice cooker and the fish. I believe that's Nan or Non. Over here you see the stove with all of the woks lined up. And I used the special effects, the steam, to make it look like it was being clean, like it was cooking. And then over here by the dishes, I used the sparkle effect to show that the dishes are clean. And then I used the steam effect to show that it's actually hot with the dishwasher. And I think Nan is pretty much just taking care of like the cleaning for right now. Not really sure what he or she is doing. Over here is the freezer section. You have the fish and some other stuff, and then I used the refrigerated wallpaper, but maybe that is the actual frozen wallpaper. And then over here is the corner closet, like broom area slash storage. You got the big fridge. You have some produce, and then of course you have the mop and the mop bucket. And this is how it looks overhead. So you can see the like extra shelves and the other fixtures that I have. It is like a tight squeeze, but some kitchens are actually like that from what I've seen. So that's kind of what I modeled it after. Oh yeah, this is gonna taste great. Hey you, were you drawn here by the powerful smells I'm creating? I love Kevin. I think he's just adorable. What you doing? I just landed on the perfect recipe. This is gonna fuel so many workouts. Would you like to learn how to make pull-apart bread too? Teach me. Happy to share. I usually just mix, stir, and forget. But as a chef, I've been writing it all down. It helps. Just follow that recipe, but make sure you give it a lot of oomph. Spare no one's taste buds. And then he pulls out his little frying pan and pretends to do something. Nan, I need to learn whatever I can by watching Chef Kevin closely, kid. I felt like they were the perfect pair to put in the kitchen. They work so well together. Thanks for stopping by. Come back to see me sometime. Ufda. You know, I think I did actually design a house for that mouse. I think I did. This is the boutique. Welcome. Feel free to browse. So for the boutique, I pretty much just kept it basic, but like chic. Over here is the changing section. Then lining the walls, you have the woman's clothing and accessories. And then right next to it is the men's clothing and accessories. And then on this opposite wall, I used the wallpaper where it looks like clothes are folded and stacked on shelves. And then right there, I put the espresso machine so it could have like a nice cozy vibe, or it's like complimentary coffee, because I've been to some boutiques and they actually did have that. Ellie, I came all this way to resort, so it's time to let loose and try out some new accessories. This game actually introduced me to Ellie because I've never met her in any of the other Animal Crossing games I played, and I thought she was so cute and I wanted her on my island, but I figured that with a happy home design, since basically you can visit the characters at any time, you know, it was really no different than having her as a neighbor, I guess, because I can visit her whenever I want. And then as we pass the shoe wall, then behind the counter, you have the backpack display, and then I put the antique register. I used one of the designs from the online portal to put the design on the bag. I think it stands for like Happy Home Boutique or something like that. But yeah, this is pretty much it, you know. I hope we can put a second floor so that way I can like really expand it, spread things out a bit, and just like make it look really nice. But who knows? I actually forgot how to pick up the bottle or just any items in Animal Crossing, because like I said, it's been a long time since I've actually played. There's Kit Kat. Over here is the cafe. Hello, welcome to Rustic Sands Cafe. I just personally felt that was fitting because it was on the beach. You know, I mean, a bit of a cliche, but it is what it is. So similar to the restaurant, I chose like a darkish theme just to kind of play on the coffee vibe, you know, like the dark roast. And then you have the carpets just to like represent the cream, you know, like for your coffee and whatnot. The area I just left sitting on the couch is pretty much like the private party area. You know, like how in some restaurants they have like an area closed off for that. Um, right here with like the wall divider thing, I made that into like a single serve booth. And it's the same thing with where this penguin and that cat are sitting. Those are like the single serve booths, and I angled them where it'll kind of go crisscross like that. So you can sit there, eat food, you can watch TV like you see on the back wall, and just pretty much be in your own space while you're in the cafe. And then over here it's just like a booth for, you know, people if they want to go on a date, or if they're just casually just like chatting with somebody. Come on, Cleo. Girl, move. Just move. Back here is the bathroom area. It's just basically like a stall and then a sink. That's pretty much it. I mean, you can't really get too much more extravagant than that. Over here in this area is probably one of my favorite areas in the shop. This area is the private study area. So I set up booths so that way if you come home from school, you can sit there, have like a nice place to sit and focus in case you didn't want to go home, or just want to be in a public setting just to study, just in case and you want to get like a snack on the side. So I have the computer in front of me. Forgot what that sheep's name is, but she's have the homework set out in front of her, and then the monkey, they're playing with the Nintendo Switch. And then if you can see on the walls of the cubbies, you can see where I put a menu there, so that way they can order food while they do their homework and wait. Kind of like I've seen people doing like in Starbucks, like in like the actual restaurants. I've seen people sit down at the table, do their homework, look at the menus, but I'm pretty sure they have their menu board, like not like physical copies, but like hanging up where you can see them. But either way, I just want to create like that cafe like ambiance, so it really felt like you got the full experience. Back here is really, really tight when it comes to the kitchen. I wanted it to be where you had the bread, you had your groceries, the blender for like the smoothies. I also wanted to put like the coffee machine, the coffee grinder on the top shelf, all different types of like ingredients to make like the different coffee drinks, hence the chocolate milk. Next to the register is a jar full of coffee grounds, and then on the opposite side you see like a box. That's pretty much like the takeout area, where it just lets people know like, hey, your order's ready, and then they just hand it to them. Yeah, and I put the old telephone there pretty much just for a decoration to fill up the space, but also in case you get any orders over the phone. And then you have like the extra shelving back there in the storage, and then of course you have the cake case. And now it's time to take my little self out of here because it is really hard to move around. Really hard. I wish we actually had more space for the different shops, but sometimes you just gotta work with what you got. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time, sugar. Next, we are going to go visit the school. So this area right here is similar to like the setup I had in the cafe. It's the cubby area for independent learning, as well as working on different school projects, crafts, or if you just basically just want to just be off by yourself and just like focus on like what you need to do. Lining this back wall by the exit-entrance, I have the locker wallpaper to kind of just like make it feel like this is like a little hallway. Then I put the TV monitor up there for like morning announcements and stuff like that. I see. Pretentious is spelled with IOU because I owe you the pleasure of my company. Ha ha. I love Marshall. I'll never forget the memories I've made with all my classmates here at Brusquette Academy. Like the time me and that one girl ate lunch together. Oh, when that guy, he did that thing. That was great. I'm not sure what that meant. I hope I can always be friends with the classmates I met here at Brusquette Academy. And in case you're wondering, Brusquette is the actual name of the island back home. So that's pretty much why it's called Brusquette Academy. I was a little annoyed since, again, it was tight. I couldn't really talk to... I forgot what her name was. Moving on. So next we're going to go to the teacher's area. This is like basically their desk, like the little office area. We keep like the music stuff stored there. He has a pet hamster. The whiteboard for, I think, class assignments. And then on the blackboard, to be honest, I'm not really sure what they're learning. That I am not really sure. Let's see. And then over here, storage cabinet, more mini lockers to put their shoes and books and whatnot. Fire extinguisher, broom and dustpan, the bathroom. The wash sink, the third sink, is actually just reserved specifically for the mop and bucket. I have a special lesson for you today, Nabi J. Note the plumeria shrubs around us. I've prepared a starter that you must plant and nurture. This will be on the test. Will you take one? Sure, I'll take one. Excellent. In that case, here's your white plumeria start. Since you'll need to be taking care of this plant every day, I recommend planting it somewhere convenient. Truth be told, I never follow through on the assignments. I really don't. But I picked Jaquez as the teacher because I felt like he was cool and laid back. And that's pretty much the vibe I wanted for the entire school. And then, last but not least, we are going to visit the hospital. I really don't like her. I really don't. I think this is Colton. I'm pretty sure I made a house for him too. Here is the hospital. And yes, that is Boyd. And yes, I did put him in a nurse's dress. Hey there, kiddo. How can I help you today? Uh-oh. I'm fine, thanks. Is that right? Well, let me know if anything comes up. Uh-oh. To be honest, that actually is a perfect catchphrase for a place like this. Alright, so right here I'm standing in the main lobby area. Over there is Boyd's desk. You have the tissue box in case anyone needs to, blow their nose. You got the copy machine, the telephone. On the counter you have the sign-in clipboard. Then you got a box of fruit. Just in case someone needs to, get their nutrients up. And over here is like the helpline if you need to immediately see the doctor. So it's available if you need them. This is an interesting crew, especially that robotic ostrich. I mean, he looks totally forlorn. I'm still waiting for them to call my name. I'm so stoked to get healthy. I can't sit still much longer. Yeah. So, there's that. So since he's basically infirmed or having some complications over here, I'm going to put him in the emergency room. Well, not the exact emergency room, but basically this is the emergency section over here on this back wall. Hence the two, statues and EMT wear. And yes, I put him on the stretcher because he really needed it, because he was acting like he was in an emergency. So yeah, there he is. And I think that Boyd's placement is actually perfect. Didn't put him there, but I felt like it's a good spot for him for right now, especially since there is somebody legit on the gurney. I think that's what it's called. So from here, we are going to go to the actual hospital room and see what the doctor is up to. So to the left, you have basically the intensive care emergency checkup unit. So the first bed is for basic purposes. Second one is to test like, you know, EKGs in your heart and to measure everything. This over here is the robotic surgery area, which is why it's bigger than the other ones. So in case someone needs surgery performed, this is where they can get it done. But since nobody is in that much of a dire strait, we can just go ahead and just shut it off because it's not necessary to keep that running. And that's pretty much this room over here. I didn't know that could print out. Wow, that's kind of cool. So we're going to go over here to Dr. Zucker's office. I don't really know why I made him into a doctor. I think it's just for like pun reasons, I guess, but... And I forgot who that thing was. I know it's an antelope, I just forgot what their name was. If I walk around looking like I got stuff in my mind, I sort of look like a real doctor. Yeah, I was trying to talk to him, but I couldn't. Zucker was in the way. I don't know a lot of medicine, but I know how to say, I'm a doctor, and that seems to be plenty. I'm now kind of regretting my decision. Relax, I'm basically a doctor, so I'll get you all patched up real quick. Basically a doctor and literally a doctor is not the same thing, but to each their own. And then over here, as you see in most doctors' offices, you have a scale and then a place to measure your height. And then on this back wall, you have the sink, medical journals, and a medicine cabinet. Oh, finally he got off so I can talk to him. Lopez. I don't like taking medicine because it always reminds me of the other times when I was sick. But I guess I'll take it. Whoa, is this what folks mean when they talk about taking their medicine? I mean, he legit acted like he just experienced a third life. So that's the hospital. And over here, I just, on like the far wall by the exit, it's pretty much just like the vending and snacking area. So I have a snack machine, the water cooler, and then I have the soda machine. And that's it for the hospital. And that concludes pretty much the tour of all of the buildings on this island. Because I'm pretty sure there's like nowhere else. But yeah, so those are my designs. And in the next video, I'm going to be showing the designs I did for the other homes. And then I think in the video after that, I'll actually do a full walkthrough on how I design the different buildings and how I come up with the different concepts and the placements. And I'm really looking forward to getting back into the game because it's been a long time coming. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I could really use the support. It was great having you here. See you soon.